And here on your local election headquarters, both parties targeting battleground Ohio in the final weeks of this campaign. Today, Vice President Mike Pence made a second trip here to Southwest Ohio in as many weeks. And 2 News reporter Adam Reif was at this evening's rally down in Cincinnati.
The electoral math around the country favors Joe Biden right now. He can win the White House without winning Ohio, but the president must win the Buckeye State if he has any chance of winning re-election. And so the Republican campaign and Vice President Pence are making Ohio a key focus in the final stretch before Election Day. A lot of confidence at the latest Republican rally in an airplane hangar in Cincinnati.
I know Ohio's going to say yes to 4 more years.
Pushing for more of the same.
Just keep going up the way it's been going.
More of the last 4 years.
But there is cause for concern elsewhere. Ohio has become one of the tightest races in the country, but most national polling indicates Joe Biden is ahead. So President Trump needs the Buckeye State more. Vice President Pence targeted Joe Biden throughout the night, citing a conservative study criticizing his economic plans.
It said that Joe Biden's economic policies, America would lose 5 million jobs.
A lack of answers on adding justices to the Supreme Court.
The American people deserve a straight answer.
And making claims about his health care policies.
Set us on an inevitable path of collapse into socialized medicine.
But Democrats vehemently disagree, arguing Republican health care policies are dangerous.
When Mike Pence is at a rally and half of the people aren't wearing masks or social distancing, people take that as a signal.
Temperatures were taken upon entry and masks were offered, though few people wore them. Democrats say the Trump administration's efforts to dismantle the Affordable Care Act will put the health care of 5 million Ohioans at risk.
If the ACA should be struck down, my children's lives are literally at risk.
As the clock ticks down, the pressure is building.
With President Donald Trump in the White House for 4 more years, and with God's help, we will make America great again, again.
The Democratic campaign was also in Ohio today. The Biden campaign's Soul of the Country bus tour went through this state, including a stop in Dayton. Now the focus of the campaign shifts to the final presidential debate Thursday night. In Cincinnati, Adam Reif, 2 News, working for you.